Five Nights at Freddy's is a point-and-click, micromanagement horror game where you play as the night guard at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, home to murderous animatronic robots. Atmosphere. There's a tremendous amount of tension and fear that comes with trying to locate all of the robots and keep one step ahead of the game. With them all moving around randomly, it becomes challenging to make sure that you're aware of where they are and that you're protected from them. The game makes you feel helpless, incredibly vulnerable, and watching the power reserve slowly fall induces panic since illogically the doors require power to stay locked. It provides you with a lot of hard choices. Either you try and make sure you know where they are and waste precious power on the camera feed, or you don't and sit there worrying. Overall, it's a very stressful game. That's one Harry Mason. Scares. In my opinion, this is a classic example of what you don't see is scarier than what you do. Whilst there's no denying that the jump scare that you get when you die is startling, the true fear is losing track of a robot and realizing it's too late for you. It's a roller coaster ride that either results in you staving off death for another night or succumbing to the inevitable. That's two Harry Masons. Sound design. There's a very light, haunting ambient track that plays in the background and some creepy party music and chimes, which is effective at setting the mood. There's a nice amount of ambiance, the fan blowing, the phone ringing, and occasionally the sound of what is either footsteps or something banging against the wall. The rest of the sound effects are really loud and designed to startle. The voice acting of the single guy who phones in is a bit too nonchalant considering the things he says about being forced inside an animatronic suit and cut to shreds, but it is a fun game for headphone users who can pick out little things that may give a clue to the whereabouts of the robots, which contributes quite well to the atmosphere whether it helps you or not. That's three Harry Masons. Gore. There's not really any, and it's a bit of a shame. I feel like it could have been used to great effect to drive home the point of how harrowing your end could be. That's still three Harry Masons. Story. The story reminds me of the kind of thing you'd read in a creepypasta, with a tale of animatronics that come alive after hours and want to stuff you in a robot suit because they think you're walking around without your outfit on. The story and some of the gameplay elements require you to let a lot of obvious things go, and they're clearly not meant to be thought about too much, or you'd realize the place would be shut down if the animatronics were killing people, and that it shouldn't cost power to keep a door shut. Personally, I find the story kind of silly, and if the game itself wasn't so good at what it set out to do, I'd not be able to take it seriously at all. While some people may find the story creepy, it doesn't really do anything for me, making the final score 3 out of 5 Harry Masons. Despite my opinions on the game, it's still a frightening experience that inflicts dread and fear effortlessly and makes you feel truly helpless. Again, I'd like to remind you this whole thing is down to my opinion on horror games. If you don't share this opinion, then that's cool, I get it. I'd like to point out that whilst I loathed those robots, I did not scream like a banshee or run away from the computer, and I advise you don't either. There will be more horror reviews in the pipeline, and thanks for watching. And always go check out Bumps in the Middle of the Night. Peace.